Hello everybody, Leafy Concern here. I'm coming to you on like a nice day after a couple of storms. I'm on my cluttered table. This table is going to change pretty soon, and you probably won't see this table in many videos after a little bit because I'm going to switch it out for a new one once the owner of the table takes it to a new place. This video is in the vein of my videos about like things you can do that are little hacks for when you're reading, or not like hacks, but like little things to help make reading, I guess, easier. Well, I guess book owning a little bit easier. Like a little bit ago, I did that video on sticker. And to have examples, I'm going to use these 3 books, which are very me books. Like these are so Leafy Concern like staple, because it's like Suttree is like the Knoxville book, and I mean it's just up my alley like so much because of like kind of the story that it tells as a novel and its general atmosphere and the Faulknerianness and just where, you know, what it represents in McCarthy's oeuvre or whatever. And then you've got like this, which is the kind of like a big thing that like even makes me want to read it all, because like I started reading this book in September 2017, as I've told everybody like a million times, and it's like the biggest favorite. And then like this I was reading today, and I was also using this trick for this book, Otherhood, Imminent Profusion by J.H. Prynne. On my poetry shelf I have like other books of his, and look at that, Tom Rayworth too. This shelf is gonna stay. This shelf is not gonna change. But basically, like, I've been getting more excited about Prynne because he really is one of those people who starts you back up if you haven't been writing poems for a long time. And people like that are fascinating, you know, inherently, because because they have such a relationship with you, such a kind of coaching relationship with you. They remind you of like a coach that you had, you know, for cross country in high school, who now, like, you know, 20 years later, you're emailing to ask about your running form or something like that. And also, you know, like, I guess it's a meme that, you know, I'm big into Prynne. But anyway, I've been meaning to read more of his stuff. And the only book of his that I have that I really haven't read, the only books of his that I have that I haven't read are The White Stones, and then this other one, Otherhood, Imminent Profusion. That's my dictionary, by the way. More on that later. Yeah, but so I was reading this and found this trick useful. I may do a video on like my books. I mean, like, I keep on asking for suggestions about this, but like I may do a video on my Prynne books that I have, or my Ashbery books that I have, because, you know, as expected as it is for me to read and read them, like, I mean, I do read and read them, and I do collect them, and they keep having an effect on me, so I'm just gonna have to talk about it. And the trick is to use these, you know, just a normal, you know, Post-it of whatever brand you like, to put in a little glossary. It's a Post-It Glossary. And so basically what this does is it allows you to kind of keep track of the words in a book that you don't understand, in a way where you don't have to feel like, oh wow, if I write a bunch here, then I'm really making sure there's always a bunch of writing in this book, and I can't ever repurpose the space in the back of the book to make like other notes that I might want to. And then also, anybody who ever looks at this book is gonna see that I don't really know any words in the book, you know, just, and also, you know, I can't really organize things once I've written them on the page itself. I can't like cut the page and like repaste it around. I guess I can, but I'm not really into that kind of, I'm not really like into that kind of book surgery yet. Anyway, in a worldly country, I was putting down words that I was liking, like quadlibets became one that I used. Theorbo is one that I remembered. Apostasy was one that I was like, oh damn, I always forget that one, and I always need to use it. A prize is in a similar category. Quandam, the book taught me. Ukase, the book also taught me. And so this is a good way of kind of knowing what the book is teaching you, like vocabulary wise. And you can always just like add more space, like by adding another Post-it. and you can always you could always take, if you were doing one of these disorganized, you could like take it off, copy it neater on a different Post-it, put it back on, and then you'd have a better glossary. It's like a way of having a glossary that you can kind of work on and do versions of and remove and add to, without feeling at any moment like you're publishing your glossary of this book on the book. And so I thought that was really useful for reading that. I've been actually having this out just because I've been like kind of wanting to read early ones from some trees. Like in some trees, there's the one where it's like, it's the one, this one that he mentions in Other Traditions, which is a book that I like want to read a lot and talk to y'all about. But this one just really made me feel like, damn, I really want to read more of these. This, and also The Songs We Know Best from A Wave, which I have like, at this point, like 2 individual paper copies of. But it's a poem that's excerpted for the epigraph of that like biography, The Songs We Know Best, I think it's called. I think it's called The Songs We Know Best, that I'm gonna read soon, that I checked out from the library. I don't know why I got on that, it's just the book's there, so I thought I'd explain it. So anyway, the Post-it glossary method was really useful for A Worldly Country. And then like in Otherhood, Imminent, Profusion, I started doing it in the back. This is just what it looks like at the start. Sometimes you don't even have to define them yet. You can just put down the word and the page number where you found it, and then it's there. And then also you can put, like, I wrote in a table of contents in this one, and then I put a Post-it for, that refers to numbers in that table of contents. And it's just like kind of a, notes you'll have while reading, like impressions while reading. You could put down versions of how you read and like what guess you have as to meaning. Like you can also put that, so it would be like, you can also do like a Post-it read, like a Post-it idea, or a Post-it idea of what the book contains, kind of. And then lastly, I just wanted to show you in Suttree, like I also have one of these in here. It's a book like I admittedly haven't finished yet. Like I've only ever read like the first 250 pages. And this, I didn't even define things, right? But like, this would be a cool thing where I could take this kind of, this Post-it glossary without definitions, and I could do a different version. I could like define them and put them back here before attempting like a third like read of this book. And then I'd be kind of prepped. I'd have a bunch of kind of like maybe motifs to look for. I'd have like a sense of, what kinds of parts of speech and what kinds of words this author chooses to like drum up, or puff up with specific word choice or whatever. Anyway, this trick is useful to me, and I just hope it's useful to you. And it's kind of using a Post-it to make modular glossaries and notes sections in your books. And so I hope that helps you, keep on reading your book and writing down your thoughts without feeling too stressed about it and without feeling like you're setting too much down in stone. So without further ado, happy reading. Have a good day, everyone. And leave a comment if you'd like, and send me an email if you want. Happy reading. Au revoir.